Now let's turn to a major announcement from President-elect Donald Trump that could have a direct impact on your wallets. He is vowing sweeping tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. Now, those are the nations that are three of the largest trading partners. The move could drive up prices for American consumers and disrupt domestic industries. So let's bring in Kelly O'Grady with reaction on this. And Kelly, how is this going to impact American consumers?
Well, Liz, very simply, prices could go up. So, I mean, think about it. Your avocado that you get from Mexico, I just looked it up. It's $2 a pound. A 25% tariff means that's $2.50 if that gets passed on to us. Chevy Silverado, Canada makes a lot of automobiles. You add a 25% tariff onto that, you're looking at an extra $10,000. And the issue is that these businesses that would be importing products from China, Canada, Mexico, they have to decide whether to eat those costs or pass it on to the consumer. And that's where you see economists say, well, a lot of these policies could be inflationary. That being said, Canada and Mexico, there's a trade agreement that the U.S. has with them coming up for review in 2026. It was the USMCA. It replaced NAFTA back during his first administration. He has said that he's looking to use the threat of tariffs as a negotiation tactic. The president of Mexico sent a letter, and at the very bottom, if you'll notice, there was a line that said, I hope we can come to the table and talk through these things. So perhaps, look, this could be a good negotiating tactic, but as it stands now, if those were to be implemented, you would see prices for American consumers go up.
Yeah, speaking of another big U.S. company, Walmart has just become the latest U.S. company to roll back their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Walmart CEO and President John Furner joined CBS Mornings today and said this about why they're making this change. Listen in.
Like many companies all across the United States, we've been on a journey and we continue to be on a journey. And what we're trying to do is to ensure that every customer, every associate feels welcome here to shop and to feel like they belong. And that term belong, we've been talking about belonging now for almost 2 years. Early 2023, we started talking about belonging. And we're going to continue to make the best decisions we can that makes everyone, our customers, our associates, feel like this is an environment they can shop in and thrive in.
So, Kelly, what do DEI policies look like in the company, and how do you think consumers are going to respond to these changes?
So I was actually looking into some of the policies that they're rolling back. So one is they're not recommitting to a 5-year commitment they had originally made to an equity racial center. Another is monitoring their third-party marketplace for how transgender focused items, whether they're being presented to minors or not. In terms of how consumers will react, Walmart's a public company, and I imagine that they've done a lot of research. They've weighed the cost benefits here in terms of how it would impact customers. We have seen customers react negatively to companies like Bud Light and Target when they have pushed certain aspects of things. And then you've also seen customers decide that they aren't going to contribute to companies because they just don't align with their values. So I would imagine Walmart has looked at the cost benefit, and they're seeing that their customer is looking for a certain thing, and they're acting accordingly.
All right, well, let's go back to those tariffs, though. The Walmart CEO also asked about the company's plans to prepare for those potential tariffs. Listen to what he said, and we'll get your reaction on the other end.
We'll be ready we'll adjust to any environment. We've been in an environment with tariffs now for the last 7 years, and we have a team of people that are really experienced in managing changes in the environment. Now, our purpose is to try to keep prices low, to help people save money and enable them to live better. Now, certainly there'll be some occasions where you may see some impact on price, but we'll do everything we can between our suppliers, our supply chain, and do everything we can to help ensure that we're as efficient as possible to keep prices as low as we can. And that's exactly what we do each and every day, including right now in the holidays.
Walmart's known for low prices, Kelly. How are they going to keep those prices down? Is that even realistic?
I know, right? When you hear the everyday low prices business saying that they may have to raise prices, that does make you think, oh gosh, what's going to happen to these small businesses? So, I mean, look, Walmart has a lot of products that it's importing from the countries that we were mentioning. But Liz, I was just talking to a small business, a hardware store that's right down the street from me here in New York City, and she imports all of her products from China, Mexico, Canada. And so she said to me, look, we'll have to raise our prices, and customers might go to places like a Walmart, an Amazon that is big, and they're able to consume some of that cost. So there's also that other effect of what it does to small businesses that, you know, are trying to make ends meet, and they just don't have the scale of these bigger retailers, Liz.
Right, it's hard. All right, CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. Thanks so much, Kelly.